Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dubai Sports City for the SkyX.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022 powered by FanCode. Well, it's still the ICC Academy, but we have made a shift. The new venue is oval number 1 now for this very, very important clash. Match number 12 is going to be Valley Boys taking on Pindi Voys defenders. Valley Boys looking for crucial points to make it to the semi-final stage. Pindi Voys sitting pretty, 3 wins out of 3. I am Ahmed Khwaja. And bringing you this match, well, I was earlier in the center with the two captains for the all-important toss. So let's go there immediately. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dubai Sports City for the SkyX.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022 powered by FanCode. It's match number 12. We're here in oval number 1 at the ICC Academy, and a fascinating contest to take place. We have Usman Bezaz, who is the captain of Humayun Bezaz, pardon me, the captain of Valley Boys. We have Mr. Iftikhar Ali, the match referee, and of course Mr. Yasir Maharvi, the captain of Pindi Boys defenders. We're all set for the toss. Humayun to flip. Up she goes. Heads is the call. It has come down as tails. Humayun, you have won the toss. What have you decided?
We're going to bat first today.
And you've had a bit of a mixed bag in the ICC Academy Summer Cup so far. This is a crucial fixture for you guys.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think the pressure is on the Pindi Boys. We'll try and play positive cricket, try to put some runs on the board and put some pressure on them. And
what do you think is a decent target to defend on a very greenish looking track?
It is. So I think initial 6 overs is going to be deciding factor as in any other T20 match. I think 170, 175-ish should be a good total to defend.
Any changes to the playing 11 besides yourself?
Yeah, so I'm coming in, and then we have Suhail coming in for Mudassir Wani and Majid.
Best of luck for the game.
Thank you very much.
Yasir bhai, unfortunately you have lost the toss, but if you had won, what would you have done?
We want to ball first. Now we got the desire, so we'll try to restrict them under 160.
3 wins out of 3. You've been dominant in the tournament. It's early season in the UAE domestic scene so far, but what is the secret to your success?
Alhamdulillah, because we are playing regularly, there was no rest, so continuously we are playing, and we have a good combination now. We'll try to continue the same, inshallah.
Any changes to the playing 11?
Yeah, we have 2 changes, Muhammad Ali Maharvi and Ataur Rahman playing.
Best of luck for the game, Yasir bhai.
Thank you.
Right then, news from the centre is that Valley Boys have won the toss and they will have a bat. So the news from the centre is that Valley Boys have won the toss, elected to bat first. Let's quickly run through the 2 team lineups. Mohsin Mattu, Mahfouz Ilahi, Usman Trabbouz, Saqib Amin, Khalid Hafiz, Danish Hafiz, the wicketkeeper, Shabir Bhatt, Musa Benazir, Zaid Wani, Humayun Bezaz, and Suhail Muzaffar is for Valley Boys, and for Pindi Boys, Farhan Babar, wicketkeeper, Muhammad Imran, Salman Babar, Wajid Khan, Muhammad Yasir Maharvi, the skipper, Abdullah Azhar, Nawab Adnan ul Mulk, Sayyid Saklan in the side, Ataur Rahman, Muhammad Ali Maharvi, and Muhammad Ali Asif completes their playing 11. Plenty of changes made by the team, ruling the roost. 3 wins out of 3. Right then, the umpires are out in the middle. The teams are out in the middle. And it's ball number 1. And look at that movement on this greenish deck immediately. Muhammad Ali Asif, tall left-hand seamer, hitting the right areas, making the ball just nibble around. It's going to be a challenge for the Valley Boys, but they have taken the initiative. They've won the toss, elected to bat first, and decided that they want to put runs on the board. I think that's the right idea. Let's see if Asaf can make things happen for the Pindi Boys. Taking a look at the field, there is a slip in place, catching backward point, a gully as well, very attacking field, and of course that deep third for the fast man. Look at that bounce, that got big on him. Has to be very careful here. It's Mohsin Mattu and Mahfouz Ilahi on strike. Mahfouz, the one facing currently, was very late on that one. And certainly that trampoline-like bounce for Asaf seems to be a good addition to the side. Let's see how Mahfouz will deal with it. He's been batting in the middle order early in the tournament. Now given the promotion to go up top. Shouldering arms to that one, and it's given as a wide. Very experienced and international umpire, Shiju Sam. Great to see him here at the ICC Academy. Oval number 1. We have set very high standards indeed, and he is one of the highest quality umpires we could have in the region officiating in this game. This time hitting right in the center of that stick. That will make Mahfouz feel better. And Mr. Fazal Patel standing alongside Shiju Sam. 2 very well-known umpires in the domestic scene, and in fact making waves in international cricket as well. Mr. Shiju was just recently at the Asia Cup qualifiers. Held in Oman, did a fabulous job, did the country proud. Mahfouz now looking to stand well outside his crease. Interesting game plan. Down the leg side. I think Asif saw him just stepping out. Pulled back his length, but the line wasn't quite correct. Farhan Babar and his elder sibling, Salman Babar, is at slip. That will be an interesting conversation. Of course, we do remember the War twins used to stand in the slip cordon for the Canary Yellow of Australia. Meanwhile, plenty of extras in the first over. Oh, look at that movement off the deck. That is something remarkable. And speaking of something remarkable, joining me in the comm box is the one and only Neil Oja. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ahmed. What a start. This game, it's just the perfect weather to play some cricket. The temperatures have dropped, and this floodlight ground, it's just beautiful, isn't it?
Indeed, it's a very cool evening here at Dubai Sports City, but that pitch, goodness me, looks like we're playing in Wellington or Christchurch, not in the heart of Dubai. Very green indeed. Oh, it's been just bunted over point. Very, very lucky there, Mahfouz Ilahi, but he will get off the mark.
You're right, there is carry. And we saw similar carry at the start of this tournament when we were playing at the Oval 2. Mind you, this is Oval 1 at the ICC Academy. 2 beautiful ovals.
Well, we're very thankful to the likes of Rohit Sharma and Babar Azam for vacating our oval. Enough with you. Get out of our house. Let us play. Mohsin Mattu, he's had a decent tournament. 86 runs in 2 innings before this. Decent strike rate, decent average. And he has not looked flustered in the face of high-quality pace bowling. Once again, getting big on him. Where is he going? Chance for a run out. And that is disaster for Valley Boys.
There was no run. He's looking at his partner. Yes, no, maybe. He was in no control when the ball went by. The non-striker did call for a single and then pulled his steps back. Matu is extremely upset with what has happened in the center, but will have to take that long walk back.
Gone for a golden duck, and well, he really has nobody else to blame. 3 for 1. So it's going to be Wajid Khan sharing the new ball with Asif, coming in from the football ground end. Let's see if he extracts the same movement. 5 wickets in the tournament. He's been outstanding. Wickets, runs, catches, you name it. And look at that inducker. He has that slingy action, and he's getting a positive response from the deck.
You're right, exaggerated movement there. It is when you put that little extra effort is when you get the results.
Very helpful surface indeed. It's a fresh deck. No cricket been played on it so far. Nicely played off the back foot. Well, Mahfouz Ilahi will feel under the cosh. It wasn't really his fault, but his partner did get run out. Mohsin Mattu just was unsighted and ran down the pitch. Panic stations, and that's the dear price that Valley Boys have paid. Oh, look at that. Jagging back into him, just got his bat down in time.
You're right. The ball was definitely directed onto the stumps. And Mahfouz had come across, lucky for him. Got some willow. Wajid Khan is bowling those hard lengths and also making the ball to move in.
Just like that. Struck well. They're gonna take a single here. Direct hit. And well, what has the umpire told us? It's given.
Well, yes, when there's a direct hit, more often than not, it's the fielding side that benefits. And what a sharp throw. Oh, he was nowhere near the crease. Good call there by the umpires, and a wicket falls again.
Well, the Pindi Boys are looking razor sharp tonight. Another run out, another Valley Boys wicket departs. What a start to the game. 3 for 2. Well, it's the century maker, Danish Hafiz, coming in at 4. Down the leg side. Good take there from Farhan Babar.
wide there. He's getting that movement like we mentioned. But if you can't control your line, this is where you'll start paying the penalty. He'll have to keep the ball slightly outside the off stump, maybe more on the 4th or 5th stump line to get the ball to jag in, not on the off and middle line.
Well, immediately I'm seeing Zaid when he's taking a big stride across his stumps. He has to be careful for that in-ducker from Wajid. He's trying to set him up, gonna feed him some outswingers. And look at that front foot. He's standing outside off. If he misses, and if it hits the pad, all 11 Pindi boys are gonna go up.
Very well spotted there, Ahmed. Problems definitely could compound. Cut it straight to the fielder. A little fumble, but still will be a dot ball.
And it's a really curious decision for me. Valley boys elected to bat first on a seaming deck, very green pitch. And we know Pindi boys undefeated in the Academy Cup so far. I would have taken advantage. You have Khalid Ibrahim, who's bowled really well in the tournament. And that's cut him in half. Big appeal by Wajid. But no, umpire Fazal says, let's hit him on the midriff. Not out.
But again, see, it is the ball that's moving in. If it had stayed a little low, would have struck him onto the pads. Would have been curtains. 2 overs gone, it's 5 for 2.
Muhammad Ali Asaf will continue from the tennis court end. Well, they need Danish Hafiz to get a big score. On strike now. Nicely shouldering arms to that one. He is the linchpin of this batting lineup. Struck a beautiful century in one game ago. Before that game, in fact. There you go. 114 runs to his name in the tournament. And look at that strike rate, Neil Ojha. That's spectacular.
Huge is the word. 248. If you're able to strike at that, you definitely are a first choice player for any franchise.
Down the leg side, he's worked it around the corner, and deep square leg will not get across to it. That's the first boundary of the day for the men in red.
Runs coming, erring in line there, Asaf, and paying the price. Deep fine leg, couldn't really come and cut it.
Yeah, they need this man to get a big score. I think we need to reassess the target here. I think Valley boys need to reassess it as well. I think 150 could be a very, very stiff target for Pindi boys, even though the top order is in good touch with the likes of Farhan Babar, Wajid Khan, both registering runs and player of the match performances. But it looks a very sporting pitch. Look at that, an absolute jaffa from Muhammad Ali Asaf.
Well, yes, he was playing for the ball that comes in. But this one went with the arm. The natural angle that the left armers create takes the ball away from the right-hander.
Well, looking at his height and arm angle and his run-up, he reminds me of a ex-Sri Lankan pacer. Maybe you know him, Neil Ojha. Nuwan Zoisa. Very tall, bowled a lot in Sharjah in those tri-series we used to have back in the day. Once again, off the thigh pad. Deep square leg will have to earn his wages tonight. Plenty of action. It's Abdullah Azhar out there. I'm sure he's not enjoying it.
Well, yeah, gone are the days where you would want to hide a fielder at third man or fine leg. Now, these are the high scoring zones. Batters playing 360. The third man and the fine leg are put to task.
especially on these shorter straight boundaries here at the ICC Academy ovals. Straight hits will get you a lot of value for your runs. This time a big swipe, uncultured but over mid-wicket. It's Salman Babar giving chase. He played a wonderful cameo with both bat and ball in the previous Pindi Voys game. So Danish Shafi is looking to be aggressive, and including Syed Saklan, the man in the foreground. Another tall seamer. Very good selection for me.
Well, that's right. It's a good combination. But what is extremely important in wickets like these wickets will assist you as long as you're putting in the right effort. You have to bowl the right channels, you have to bowl the right lengths, the right lines, or else you'll be literally spraying the ball on either side of the batters for wides.
This time pulled with a lot more authority, but not completely out of the sweet spot. Once again, Salman Babar will clean up and they'll take two. Danish Shafiz, he's backing himself with those horizontal bat shots. So far they're working. 15 for 2 after 3. Wajid Khan will continue. Only 2 runs off his first over. Zaid Wani tucks it into mid-wicket. Much more in control. But once again, I'm just looking at that front foot stride. I'm a bit concerned for him. He needs to play down the line rather than across the stumps. That's old-fashioned cricket. It doesn't apply anymore.
You're right. Modern day cricket requires a lot of modern application. We've seen so many of these youngsters who've broken into the national sides here right in our backyard while we're watching the Asia Cup matches. Ahmed, so many of these youngsters playing in such beautiful form.
Oh, hit straight but not out of the middle. Long on circling underneath it. And he's taken a brilliant catch, Mohammad Imran. Wajid Khan strikes once more for Pindi Voys.
Well, yes, Wajid has picked up his man, the danger man, who knows to score absolutely fluidly. A good catch taken, and in all sorts of trouble there, the Valley Boys, as Danish Hafiz goes 8 of 7 for him.
Well, the former skipper rather, Usman Trambu, coming in at number 5, opened the innings against future Mattress. So they've been shuffling their batting order around, looking for the solutions. This has been just sliced outside edge. Asif coming into the fray. So Wajid Khan, he's found a certain area of the pitch. He's just plugging away and getting the right rewards as well.
That's intelligent bowling, I tell you. In the first couple of deliveries, a bowler has to gauge from where he'll get maximum output from the wicket, and once you realize that, try and maximize that effort from there on.
Nicely glided down to third by Usman Trambu. He is a handy batter. Let's see if he can get going tonight. Very difficult pitch. Once again, I'm just pondering why they chose to bat first. I would have liked to see their seamers operate here. Try to bowl out Pindi Voys or restrict them to a low score, then look to chase. Oh, beautiful delivery, Wajid, changing his length, and Zaidwani was caught unawares.
You're right. Winning the toss on a new surface, captains generally prefer to field. It's a good way to assess what the wicket has to give, how the outfield is. But then again, if you're confident about your abilities, it doesn't really matter what you do. Meanwhile, again, third man coming into play. It'll just be a single, and that should be the end of the over. 4 overs gone, it's 19 for 3.
Well, third over on the trot for Asif on his Pindi Voys debut, an ICC Academy Cup debut. Has certainly deserved a wicket. Still a slip in place and a catching gully fielder. Nicely played across the line. That's much better. Just look to get off strike. There's no point trying to be over aggressive in the power play when the seamers are bowling so well.
That's right. Get a partnership going. That's what they need. The Valley boys. None of the guys have been able to stick around to get this opening partnership going. Every time there was some addition to the score, there was a fall of wicket. And now, Zaid and Usman would want to restructure what's been going on and rewire it.
Nicely cut away. Yasir Maharvi at cover there, just burst through his hands. Rare misfield by the captain. Maybe not so rare.
Well, yeah, it's a tricky position that. Not very easy to field there. Specialist. You got to be a specialist to be there because the ball doesn't come at a gentle pace. Even if the batter has opened the face of the bat, gliding towards you, it's still the ball after hitting the bat accelerates from there on.
Down the leg side, trying to get that in-swinger going. Yeah, and especially in the background, you usually have the crowd seats. So when the ball is flashed really quickly, it's hard to detect. You need good eyesight and cat-like reflexes. Well, he has the cat-like reflexes. I don't know about the eyesight.
Well, one thing for sure, that the RTO here ensures that you keep your eyesights checked every time you go for your license renewal. So one can't really run away from that.
Oh, just got tied up between his pads there. Extra bounce for Asif once again. Using his height and high arm angle. Look at that. It was a good length delivery, but just leapt up at him. All sorts of trouble. It's been a good test. Well, we've usually seen in UAE, we have those flat tracks, low bounce, and the batters are making merry. Not in the early months of the season. Very supportive wickets. It's been fun to watch.
You're right. Some really true wickets here. Punching it down, back to the bowler, dot ball. You mentioned about reflexes, you mentioned about eyesight. There's another thing that is extremely important for a fielder standing at point, and that is anticipation. You need to keep a check on how the batter is moving, the initial trigger movement of the batter. Where has the bat gone up? Because the batsman has made up his mind if he's going to play a cut shot or going to glide the ball towards point or backward point. Once that anticipation has struck in your mind, you've seen the movement of the batter, you know, and you'll be ready if the ball is coming towards you. Meanwhile, a couple of runs there.
Very lucky there, Zaidwani. Playing across the line, almost got his bat stuck behind his pad. And you're absolutely spot on, Neil. They used to tell us, watch the outside edge of the bat. Because cricket is primarily an offside game. So you certainly will expect a lot of traffic in that cover point region. And we've seen it being famous and specialized by the likes of Jaunty Rhodes, the legend, that iconic run out in the 1992 World Cup of the big unit in Zamamul Haq really captured the imagination. This one going across, excellent bowling from Asif, concludes the first 5 overs of the game. 24 for 3, absolute beauty. Look at that seam movement. Well, that's very nice of our director putting us on air. Thank you so much, Tim, wherever you guys are. And it's a full house. And Neil Ojha, look at that haircut. Goodness me, he looks like one of those 3 musketeers. Looking very sharp indeed. And Abid Ibrahim has joined me in the comm box for the next 5. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ahmed Khwaja, and good evening to Neil and all our viewers. A big shout out to our director, spotting me on this the moment I came in. Well, the occasion is quite different here, where we see Fairly Boys struggling to put some runs on board. Oh, that is quick passing keeper and going for 4.
Well, Wajid going for the bouncer, did produce the top edge, but right over the keeper. No chance for Farhan Babar. Streaky boundary for Usman Trambu, but he will certainly take it. He won't refuse any runs. It's been a quiet power play, and they've been rocked early. 3 wickets down, 2 to run outs. That was very unfortunate. Trying to slash that away. Rightly called wide. Umpires Shiju, Sam and Fazal Patel out there in the middle, looking sharp in their light blue ECB shirts. Very sharp indeed, very smart indeed.
You amongst certainly have seniors in the umpiring panel. In fact, both the umpires, absolutely seniors. Oh, spot on. The
Well,
Pindi Boys are looking certainly charged here.
The last thing you want is another run out of a top order batter. Already had 2. Mohsin Mattu ran himself out. Mahfouz Ilahi looked to challenge the cover fielder, direct hit, and he was sent packing. Oh, spliced pull shot and straight to the fielder. Excellent catch by Muhammad Ali Maharbi. Wajid Khan is enjoying the ICC Academy Summer Cup.
Well, this time captain departs and it's a quite bit of effort. And taking catch is Ali Maharbi. Usman Trambu tries to go across, little late on it, and Wajid takes another wicket. It's 4 wickets now down at 29.
Well, the captain has come in, Humayun Bezaz at number 6, and well, three very eminent personalities there, Mr. Iftikhar Ali, our match referee, and Mr. Asif Yaqub, international umpire from Pakistan. He's here on Asia Cup duty, sitting in the dark blue shirt in the middle. And then, of course, Mr. Mahesh, one of the reps of the ICC Academy. He's here with us every day, every night, working 24/7, 365. What a wonderful person he is.
Well, I think you made some eyebrows in there. People watching this game, we saw international stars stopping their way half through and enjoying the game from out. We've certainly seen the viewers also enjoy these games. 6 overs done. The power play clearly belongs to the Pindi Boys defenders. It's 29 for 4.
Well, like you mentioned, Abid, power play is certainly dominated by the men in yellow and black. This was the unfortunate run out of Mohsin Mattu. Lost his footing. Where was he going? And then this time, Mahfouz Ilahi challenging Ataur Rahim at the cover position. Then it was Danish Hafiz looking to be more aggressive and eventually hold out. Good catch taken by Mohammad Imran. And Usman Trambu slicing a pull shot. Muhammad Ali Maharvi with a very good catch at mid-wicket. So it's been a very poor start for Valley Boys, and of course they did win the toss and elect to bat first. Yasir Mahavi, the captain, coming in to bowl. And this has been nicely punched down the ground. Only for one though. Zaid Wani, 7 off 12. Well, a lot of responsibility on his shoulders. Looks a good organized batter, tall, well built. But I don't think we're going to see a lot of spin tonight from Pindi Boys that he could capitalize. Very greenish wicket, Abid.
Yeah, difficult one to bat. Perhaps, yeah. Look at the amount of swing in that Yasir Maharvi is purchasing, and he's been coming in after number 6 over. So he's using himself after power play. Usually comes in with the new ball in the power play.
Yeah, he boosted his fast bowling resources, so chose to hold himself back. And Humayun Bezaz, well, he's taking a lot of risks. He's not getting in the line of the ball, exposing all 3 sticks, and that's asking for trouble.
Oh, yeah. I think slightly late also while defending that. He's exposing 3 stumps. You need to be behind the ball. The body should be behind your bat, not be just bat and you'll be standing and showing you all 3 stumps.
Well, that's the shot he's looking for, that square cut. And Yasir Maharvi is very, very intelligent bowler. He's trying to set him up, just feeding him outside off. And when the ball is slightly straighter, he'll still look for that cut shot, and he might be in trouble, nicking off or an inside edge.
Yeah, inside edge could be very much possible here. You know, the idea, the captain, re-captain, where you see Humayun Bazaz, well, he's trying to play a defensive. He's just bringing the bat in front. Rare feet movement there from him.
Only 1 run off the over. This has been excellent disciplined stuff from Yasir Maharvi. Perfect line and length. Hard to get on the back foot or the front. And he's cut him in half and beat the keeper as well. Well, those will go down as 4 byes for Farhan Babar.
Well, that surprised everyone. Look at the amount of the swing. Oh. Not only the keeper but batter was surprised. Look at that reaction from Farhan Babar, says it all. In the end, they got 4 runs, 4 byes, and a very successful over comes to an end. It's 34 for 4.
Muhammad Ali Maharvi into the attack. It's going to be the twin Maharvi attack. Oh, down the leg side. Attempted stumping there. Good thinking from Farhan Babar.
Yeah, but the batter haven't left the crease. Neither he let that toe get into the air, the back foot.
That's much better. Right outside off. Nothing much Zaidwani can do with that. And now, once again, he's given early strike to Humayun Bezaz. He needs to rotate the strike. Cannot play a string of dots.
Well, my question is to Yasir Maharvi. When you're getting wickets, when you have your premium bowlers overs left, why don't you go for kill? Use them here. Pick up more wickets. Don't let the batter settle.
That's a good looking cut shot from Humayun. His technique is set up to play that shot well. He looks to hang back, create room on the offside. And Zaidwani, will he take a chance here? Perhaps a lofted shot down the ground. Nicely bowled. Yorker length from Muhammad Ali Maharvi. And even he's getting some swing in the air as well. Big splash at that. Well, Abid, you did mention using your premium bowlers. I think with 3 wins out of 3 in the group, you can afford to experiment a bit. Your semi-final spot is almost 99.9% assured. So that's why I think Yasir Maharvi is just changing up his squad.
Well, I take that. I think, yes, when you're having advantage in the tournament, you can have the luxury where you can use your bowlers, who haven't been a lot used in the tournament earlier. We haven't seen a lot Muhammad Ali Maharvi.
Oh, beautiful delivery. Gentle outswinger. That was just a hair's breadth away from the outside edge. Look at that delivery. Good take by Farhan Babar as well. Standing up to the stumps. Decent over from Muhammad Ali Maharvi. 37 for 4. Well, let's take a look at the top 10 run scorers of the ICC Academy Summer Cup so far. And Wajid Khan, 171 runs, including 115 not out on match day number 1. Outstanding innings. Yasir Kaleem, the champion wicketkeeper batter from IGM, 134 runs for him in the tournament as well. Abhay Jotan played a wonderful knock of 89 not out in his previous game. He's done well as well. Hamidullah Khan, Danish Hafiz. Well, it was very disappointing for him to get dismissed early tonight. Farhan Babar, stylish left-hander for Pindi Boys. He's in there as well, alongside Nasir Faraz. What a beautiful innings he played last night, Abid.
Yeah, they're just around behind each other. Nasir Faraz playing 2 games where Farhan played 3. And Farhan, very talented also.
Firm drive towards mid-off. That was slightly overpitched. And Humayun Bezaz, 1 of 9. It's his first innings of the ICC Academy Cup. He's very unlucky to get a very greenish track, but he needs to play a lot quicker than that, Abid.
And I think right now, the idea would be from the captain to play all 20 overs. So maybe that's the reason he's just trying to drag the game. Shot and outside off. Well, 2 run outs already. So they need to be very careful.
Projected scores not really going anywhere. So somebody will have to take a chance here. If you allow the Pindi Boys to just keep bowling at you, you will be struggling for runs. Pushing for 1 here. Confusion. Yes, no, maybe. And a direct hit would have had Humayun in trouble. Very, very close. Yasir Maharvi just having a word with his fielder. He's demanding direct hits. Let's take a look here, Abid.
Well, fielding has been a trouble. Running, pardon me, because these fielders have been absolutely onto the money. Anything coming there on their way. Yasir Maharvi is still not happy with the fielder's effort.
Good change of length there. That's Zaidwani's weak area. He doesn't like the ball coming into his pads. He wants to flay the ball outside off towards cover point and extra. Big strides. So anytime you nip the ball in, he gets tied up a bit. Read that beautifully. Nice flick through mid-wicket. And they've only taken one. Big square boundaries here at oval 1 as well. But it was timed a bit too well. Ataur Rahman, he was the one who executed that brilliant run out from cover of Mahfouz Elahi. I think he should be in the ring here. Another steady over from Yasir. Only 2 runs off it in the end. 39 for 4. Well, top 10 wicket takers of the ICC Academy Summer Cup, Abdul Ghaffar of 7 districts. In fact, he's joined by Mohammad Zamir Abbasi, left-arm spinner, 7 and 6 wickets respectively, the 2 7 districts boys. Then you have Salman Babur and Wajid Khan tied on 5 apiece, alongside Jiju Janardanan and Khalid Ibrahim of Valley Boys. He would have been very effective on this pitch. Would have really liked to see him with the new white ball, but the captain chose to bat first. Syed Saklan, 4 wickets in the tournament as well. He's playing tonight for Pindi Voys.
Ali Maharvi was earlier we've seen taking the ball away from the right-handers. Started with the wide, but then he kept that tight line and length. Look how hurry he is on his run-up. Seems to be very excited to bowl.
Well, I had a very long animated conversation with our match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali, about the new state of play and how important the over rates have become. The ICC itself has started to become very strict, and now we're penalizing direct action in the middle if you do not meet those cutoff times. I think that's a very good move. The captains, you can fine them, you can ban them, but in the end, when it affects the match being played right here, right now, that will produce change, Abid.
Indeed. One extra fielder in, chipped in the air. The fielder was well away from that. You had a mid-off in. That could have definitely be a catch. Not in control there very much, Zaidwani. Definitely makes a lot of difference when brings that 5th fielder inside.
Hard hit towards long on, skipping away across this beautifully manicured surface. Absolutely pristine condition, oval 1. And no wonder India and Pakistan wouldn't let us play here. They wanted to practice here day and night.
Not only India, Pakistan, but all the Asian teams that is playing their Asia Cup. Practice on this ground. This one lofted in the air. Well done by Mohammad Imran in the end to cut it out from the boundary line.
Oh, that's brilliant. That should have been an easy 2. Swift pickup and bullet throw. Excellent work by Mohammad Imran. He's been a good find for Pindi Boys. Solid middle order player and a brilliant fielder. Once again, beats the outside edge. A peach of a delivery. 44 for 4 at the halfway stage.
Oh, what a delivery to start with Yasir Maharvi. Excellent bowler. He's bringing the ball in hard. And one man enjoying this show certainly is Neil Ojha. Welcome to the Combox.
Thank you so much, Abid. Yes, absolutely. What a fantastic game this. And I'm so glad that we're not playing this. The exaggerated movement of the deck. Yasir Marvi. He's definitely improving his stat today. Bowled it little short into the gap. Just be a single.
Well, he's bowling a lot economical tonight. 2.2, only 5 given. Though he didn't pick up a wicket, but that's how you create the pressure. That's how you see Iftikhar Ali, the former international umpire, just enjoying the show. He's always with us, a lovely personality. Match referee for this game. Pulled on the onside. It goes right between the two fielders and gone for 4.
You keep talking about commentators' curse for batters. This time it was for the bowler. You mentioned that Yasir has been bowling very, very economically. Here's the boundary to spoil his economics.
That was the first boundary that Yasir Maharvi got a hit with. And I think that delivery was loosener. He's bowled a loosener there, and with that boundary, 50 comes up for the Valley Boys. And I think we have seen a lot of games in just the ground behind us at oval number 2, where the teams the halfway through they are around the 40s into 30s in fact, but in the end we get the target of 170, 165. So you cannot predict the next half.
No, you're right. But for that to happen, these batters will have to keep searching boundaries. One boundary and over, at least, and then the others in singles and doubles could take them to 130 odd if they go at 9 and over from here on.
Yeah, they'll be eyeing to take 10 at least and over. I think 140 is a very much a decent total, a handsome total I would call for the fight back in the game. Now, very watchful is Humayun Bazaz when it comes to play Yasir Maharvi. Epic battle between the two captains, and 11 overs gone, 51 for 4.
Alright, so 11 overs gone, 51 for 4. Yasir Marvi bowled an expensive over as per the standards of this game. Going across the line. I'm not a fan of getting across the line of a ball that's just slightly fuller and coming into you. Ataur Rahman bowled that beautiful delivery, because if you miss on that, all you have to do is keep walking towards the pavilion.
Yeah, we were in the line, Atta. I think one thing the Pindi Boys have done well is that they kept on that wicket-to-wicket channel on. They have been finding even Yasir Maharvi slow in the air, a lot slower. Only 1 run. The boundaries has been dried here. The last boundary coming in was against Yasir Maharvi, was a loosener delivery. That's slow in the pace and coming into the right-hander. That was the last boundary. Since then, Atta even has been bowling absolutely well.
Foolish delivery this time. Will be a single again. Ataur Rahman darts the ball in. That creates the angle for the batter to play towards the mid-wicket region comfortably. Tempt the batter to come in forward to play that shot and take the ball away from him.
Well, that's what you don't need to do, is play in the air. Well, I think that happens when bowler skids. So you hang your bat in between, and in the end you lose your wicket.
Yeah, the timing goes haywire. Because in your mind, you have calculated the pace of the ball. This time, gone aerial, will land in the safe zone, cow corner. Couple of runs there.
Yeah, it happened. It did happen to me at quite a time, that when the ball gets skid, and you just try to just bring the bat in front, while the timing gets completely disturbed, and you end up losing your wicket of healthy chances that you hit towards the fielders. But those bowlers who can skid the ball, they love a different conditions.
This time, he's gone even better. But the result is in favor of the Pindi Boys.
Take for the guard. He was on to the firing mood. He gone big, didn't connect it well. That's a long, big part of the ground. Mohammad Imran keeping his calm, and there you go. Lovely scenes here, the celebration, and gets the wicket. Zaidwani taking a walk, 22 of 30. It's 58 for 5. Taking a wicket on the final delivery was Zataur Rahman. And coming in back to bowl his final over is the captain of Pindi Boys defenders, Yasir Mawarvi. The same story continues. He kept on bowling there. He's still trying to find the gap between bat and bowl. And the result remained the same, a dot ball there. So Humayun Bazaz, the captain of Valley Boys, has consumed 20 deliveries, just scores 7 runs.
Oh, look at that. There was a chance. You got to be a little athletic to take that chance and convert it into a catch. He stood there, waved his arm, but definitely it's not a hailing cab that he'll turn around towards you. You have to put in that extra effort.
Yeah, even the ball was slower on this one. Has hit hard. Saqib Amin to face his first delivery with a 90-run strike rate. So the strike rate has been a problem here. They need somebody who can come and find the fence and at the same time retain the wicket and play a big inning here. Right, 20 overs they have to play out.
Stepping down, yorked himself. A good delivery there, Yasir Marvi. Saqib Amin wanting to go aggressive, but you rightly mentioned that they have to try and stick around here and play the 20. Doing these things won't really help you. Yes, you need some runs on board, but at the same time, runs on board coming at the price of a wicket, not helpful.
Hit it along the carpet for a single there. I've been in a many occasions as a batter to be with your captain batting together in the center. It's one of the hardest things to do. Let me tell you, Neil, that when your captain is along with you, and your captain tells you what you need to do exactly and you need to follow. So when you're batting free-mindedly, you have your own choice to do, I think you deliver better.
Yeah, that's why it's always better to become the captain of the team. No one to tell you what to do.
Yeah, you have a control of remaining 10. Yeah, I think certainly Humayun Bazaz was loving that part. Least bothered right now about the current run rate. Just playing and trying to play all 20 overs.
Going down the leg side. Wanted to hoik it big. Dot ball to end the over, 13 gone, 60 for 5.
Ataur Rahman will continue. Picked up a wicket in his last over. Oh, in the air. That was hit hard, going straight to Abdul Azhar.
A single there. 61 for 5. That's definitely not a very good score on board. Almost 7 overs to come from here. If they go at 9 and over, they'll reach 120, for which they'll have to go literally behind the ball for everything. This time towards the third man. Just a single. Should have actually gone for more. Picked it up from just inside the boundary line. The running between the wickets between the skipper and Saqib has to get better. That's how you'll be able to put pressure on the bowling side, on the fielders, make them to commit mistake. 62 for 5.
Again, the line is onto the pads. Well, I just want these Valley boys to play 20 overs to understand what they can get. Maybe last 5 overs. They don't have a lot of wickets in hand. Maybe last 3 overs. It's right to be said that they can go for the big shots. Meantime, Humayun has gone for the big shot and lost his wicket.
Well, that's right. Pressure. That's the name of the game. A tossed up delivery. Had to wait forever for the ball to come to him. And then played straight into the hands of the fielder there. Wajid completes a comfortable catch. And that's the end of Humayun. He's gone on 9 of 25. Problems compounding for the Valley boys. Khalid Ibrahim has come in, but I believe Saqib Amin will be on strike. The new rule, once it comes into place, this won't be happening. It'll start from October onwards. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, we are a month away from that. So we'll have that new rule that you're talking about. The new man has to take the strike no matter what.
That's right. That rule was though applied during this season of IPL, where the new man
who comes in has to come and take strike. Crossing over does not help. 37 runs of 3 matches for Khalid Ibrahim. Strike rate of 206. That takes the game away from the batters a little more. Gifts it to the hard-working fielding side.
Oh, that's just dotted in. A good delivery to end the over. We'll continue on that conversation. Meanwhile, a perfect delivery to end the over. It's 64 for 6. Coming in is Salman Baba, and to hold the first delivery. So we have seen that the first rule, which was the penalty at the international arena, where you get the fifth fielder inside, and that had to take a place in the biggest game of Asia Cup, was versus India-Pakistan, where we saw India fielder was inside the circle early, and then same happened with Pakistan when they were bowling their most important over with 5 men in the ring.
That's right. It's a brilliant strategy. It's a brilliant law that has been put in by ICC. I think it's a game changer because, and especially I'll talk about the richer boards, captains of India, for that matter, Australia, England. Honestly, if you find them, it doesn't really matter. You take 25% of their match fee, it doesn't really matter because are they even really playing for money?
Oh, yes.
So if you're penalizing them for money, it doesn't really matter. It's like loose change for them. But when you put a fielder in for the number of overs that they have defaulted for, that changes the dynamics of the game completely. And I can tell you that this will be used as a strategy in coming times. That if the batters are batting, they might go a little slow, knowing the fact that, hey, the bowling side is probably going a little slow. Maybe 2 overs is when we will get that extra fielder inside, which means one fielder will be less in the boundary as a boundary rider. They might use it as a strategy. And I think smarter captains will be on top when this rule is applied literally everywhere.
You need tough skills, your leadership role there. Meanwhile, Salman Babar bowling absolutely brilliant. Beautiful 2 deliveries there. The last one, it's just surprised the batter, Khalid Ibrahim there. He's not able to get off the mark. Still he'll be off the mark because that was coming from the thigh. Well, indeed, all these rules will have a lot to do. Maybe you will see that the batter taking chance, not on that first delivery or in the middle. All the time, the new man, tail ender taking chance would be on the final delivery.
A single there to end the over. 15 overs gone. It's 67 for 6. 67 for 6. Ataur Rahman has come in with a fresh over. He's picked up 2 wickets in his 2 overs that he's bowled. And to take you through for the next 5, joining me is going to be Ahmed Khwaja. Welcome, Ahmed.
Thank you very much, Neil. Yes, this youngster has been very impressive, Ataur Rahman. Flighting the ball nicely, inducing those big shots, and hence picking up wickets. Saqib Amin joining Khalid Ibrahim. He's a big striker of the ball. Just like that, he goes downtown. And long off. It's just beyond his reach. Abdullah Azhar ran out of real estate.
Well, yeah, the umpire confirming it's a 6. Made some room, and the ball definitely was in a zone. Sent it packing for a max. Runs now, vital runs coming in for the Valley Boys.
Well, he belted 3 sixes in the previous game for VB, and just continuing that trend. He goes again, but this time it's spliced. Deep mid wicket. Oh, what a catch that is! Ataur Rahman, you beauty! Sun's out, guns out. Brilliant catch.
That's a very good catch. The ball went many miles up in the air. Not very easy to judge these. And running almost to the 30-yard circle to take that catch, and then the tumble followed by 3 shots.
Bang, bang, I knocked you out. Khalid Ibrahim gone for a mighty 6, and that's all she wrote for him. 74 for 7. New batter coming in at 9 is Shabir Bhatt. They have crossed over, so Saqib Amin will be on strike. That rule, of course, will be enforced in just a couple of months' time on October 1st. Ataur Rahman, brilliant catch off his own bowling. That was a stunning effort. 3 for 18 on the day. He's been waiting patiently for his opportunity, and he's capitalized big time tonight. 3 for 18. And looking for plenty more.
Oh yes, he's cramping the batters for room, not giving them any freebies. In his 3rd over, he has picked up 3 wickets. And if he keeps bowling the same lines, same lengths, I'm sure a little misfield there will give him a single.
Yeah, just got his foot tangled with the bat of Shabir. No harm done. Of course, this tournament has been conducted in a very sporting manner. The spirit of cricket, very important. It's part of the ethos of UAE domestic cricket. You never want to be crossing the line with your opponents. Played in a very good atmosphere, respecting the rules and regulations, and the umpire's final word. That is what counts.
It is called the gentleman's game for a reason. Got to stick to that.
Flighted delivery chipped down the ground for Shabir to get off the mark with a single. Another good over from Atta. 76 for 7. Salman Babar will continue. Only conceded 2 runs in his first over. Oh, and he's gone through the gate, crashed through the gate, in fact. Shabir Bhatt playing across the line to a foolish delivery and cleaned up.
I don't understand if there was any need for that kind of shot. You're playing your second delivery of your batting, and there's a new bowler. You got to play him straight. But Salman Babar gets a man. Shabir Bhatt tried to be expressive, ended up losing his wicket. Musa, left-handed batter, drives it straight to the fielder.
Yeah, he was batting in the middle order, Musa Benazir. And even in the top order of the previous game, not sure why he's coming in at 10. He was the one who built that partnership with Danish in that stunning victory over Gymkhana. He's certainly more than capable. Let's see if he can stitch together a partnership with Saqib Amin here.
77 for 8, in all sorts of trouble. They don't really have too many overs to go from here on. 3.5 to be precise. They go 9 and over from here on. They'll reach 107, which I don't think is a very big score on this wicket.
Yeah, certainly need much more than that to challenge Pindi Voys. They've been the form side of the tournament, 3 wins out of 3. It's going to be an uphill climb. Although it is a greenish wicket, Khalid Ibrahim, I'd keep an eye on him. If he bowls well, he can pick up early wickets.
Well, that's right. Early wickets is the key. But right now, these guys should be focusing on how many runs they can add. But this wicket, I can tell you one thing. If you apply yourself, if you stick around on this wicket, you will be able to get those runs. There are no demons in this wicket. Application is the key.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see the approach of Wajid Khan, Farhan Babar. Classy players, plenty of runs under their belt. Of course, sometimes it's just a mental thing. You see a green patch of 22 yards, you get stuck in your own head, Neil.
True. Too close to cut. End of the over, 17 gone. It's 80 for 8. Straight to the fielder. Will be a couple of runs there. Starting of the 18th over.
Ataur Rahman, 3 for on the day. will be looking for a fifer here if he gets it right. We are into the tail enders of Valley Boys. Excellent economy rate. Just below 7. That's perfectly acceptable for a finger spinner.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Normally they end up giving a lot more. Left arm spinner to a left-handed batter. That's normally an equation which is lip smacking. One loves to see the flamboyancy of the left-handed batter, but not to be so here. Musa Benazir just nudging that ball, taking a single, getting off strike.
Yeah, that's all he can really do in this situation. It's survival mode, pure and simple. Oh, just that late glide towards third. And is that a run out? I believe so. Yes, umpire Shiju raises the dreaded digit.
I don't know if there was a run there. Played it straight to the fielder. Musa not even putting that kind of an effort that could have helped him. Ended up losing yet another wicket there. Valley Boys in all sorts of trouble. 82 for 9.
Well, now we're down to the final rights. 82 for 9. Very disappointing outing from Valley Boys. Sohail Muzaffar joining Saqib Amin, and he'll be on strike as well. Oh, that's hit him on the pad and given. That was pretty straight, and Ataur Rahman gets his fourth. Valley Boys have been shot out for 82.
Tossed up delivery. Didn't really know what happened there.
Well, I think he's slightly unlucky there. There was an inside edge, very close. But umpire Fazal Patel raised the dreaded digit. And Valley Boys, well, the decision to bat first has backfired big time.
Well, yes, 82 on board, all out. Not a happy camp there for Valley Boys. They'll have to do a lot more when they come out to field, because their batting performance definitely very, very upsetting. Let's have a quick look at the batting card there. Mohsen Mattu and Mahfouz Elahi came into open. A duck and a single for them. 22 is what Zaid Wani made. He's the highest scorer on the board. And the second highest scorer you can see on the bottom left of your screen. That's the extras. After that, Saqib Amin stayed not out on 10. Rest everyone else in single digits. Didn't even play their 20. Scored just 82. And that means trouble.
3 run-outs in the batting innings, especially the openers. Well, that was always going to be disastrous. Let's take a look at the bowling scorecard. Wajid Khan, excellent 2 for 11. Ataur Rahman, new inductee into the side. What an outing he had. 4 for 22 on the day. And well, after that disaster start of being 3 for 2, they were never really in the game.
Well, that's what it is. Winning the toss, electing to bat, and look at that. Run out first up. Poor calling. This time again a direct hit, and Ataur Rahman starting the carnage there. The batting never looked settled, controlled. Wickets kept tumbling. Thamru giving a simple catch, a good slide at the end, but the boundaries which came in just a few amongst the wickets that kept falling regularly.
Yeah, it was Ataur Rahman, the left-arm spinner, picking up 4 wickets on the night. Good catch taken there. Big celebrations. He's a character, all right. This was once again a big 6, and then sliced towards that mid-wicket region. And take a look at this catch. That is absolutely phenomenal. Then Salman Babar came in, cleaned up the number 10. This was yet another run out, clearly. And then the final wicket, slightly unlucky there, stifled appeal, but the dreaded digit was raised. So 83 runs is the target for Pindi Boys to go 4 wins out of 4. We'll take a short break and be right back for the run chase. Stay tuned. Well, good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome back to the ICC Academy for the SkyX.net presents ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022, powered by FanCode. News from the center is that Pindi Voys defenders have cleaned up Valley Boys for a paltry score of 82. So henceforth, 83 is the target to go 4 wins out of 4 in the group stage. And it's going to take a mighty effort from the men in red to hold them back. Well, there you can see Khalid Ibrahim, big burly fast bowler, number 11, having a chat with the umpire. The two Pindi Boys openers out there. It's going to be Nawab Adnan Ul Mulk alongside Wajid Khan. Right-hand, left-hand combination. And this man, I think he'll enjoy bowling on the surface. Plenty of live grass left on it. The ball has been seaming around. And he likes to hit the deck. Been some variable bounce as well. Few deliveries have just stood up on the batters. Let's see if he can exploit that. 5 wickets in the tournament for him. Look at that economy rate. Absolutely sensational. He's been a wonderful find for Valley Boys. We'll be seeing plenty more of him throughout the season. Right then, let's see if he can take some early wickets in the power play. They desperately need them. Wajid Khan on strike. Stylish, attacking left-hander. 171 runs in the tournament. He's ruling the roost of the top 10 run gators. And ruling the roost in the com box alongside me, it's the one and only Abid Ibrahim. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ahmed. It's been an excellent day out there for Wajid and company. They'll be happy to see the final target, which is below 100, 83.
Here we go then. Round the wicket. Outside edge immediately squeezed away behind point. And Wajid will get off the mark. Mohsin Mattu fielding at deep third. And good to see attacking aggressive field here set by Humayun Bezaz.
Well. Looking at very attacking field set from Valley Boys. The intention is very clear. There is only one way you can prevent this run chase is by attacking field set. Nawab Adnan Ul Mulk scored only 4 runs in the tournament so far.
Yeah, hit a pretty boundary in the previous match. Then got out immediately. Oh, look at that bounce and carry. It's given as a wide, but certainly you can see what is on offer from the surface, Abid.
Well, the surface will certainly assist Khalid Ibrahim, who is doing a lot in that oval number 2. And now he's got the wicket that he was looking for. And his strength is back of the line deliveries.
Look at that carry. Excellent delivery once again, testing the middle of the pitch. Nawab Adnan Ul Mulk. He thought about going for that uppercut, but wisely pulled out of the stroke. Of course, we are now on oval number 1. I was just having a chat with Mr. Mahesh, and he was telling me that they are only allowing 3 live matches per pitch at oval 1 or oval 2. So we've completed the first leg of the tournament on oval 2. Now we've come to oval 1, 3 matches per pitch, keeping it all alive and getting that beautiful extra bounce. That's been the feature throughout the tournament.
Excellent delivery. An excellent ground altogether. Anything coming in from Khalid Ibrahim will certainly surprise Adnan, because Adnan has been expecting the ball to move away.
Yeah, I really like his action. Good strong run up. Has a bit of a leap as well in his delivery stride. And then perfect seam presentation. Oh, he fished at that one, Adnan Ul Mulk. And Khalid Ibrahim frustrated. He was looking for that outside edge.
Well, he can afford to take his time. It's not a huge task ahead. All they got to do is just spend a little time in the center, understand how this pitch is behaving.
Yeah, he's a stylish player, Adnan Ul-Mulk. Very easy on the eyes when he gets going. Doesn't feel like he's striking the ball, he just strokes it. But certainly needs some runs under his belt, get his confidence up. Once again, back of a length and safely shying away from the ball.
Well, it's still a day 2 of the test game. Adnan is doing a fantastic job, I think. Rather than losing your wicket, trying to be fancy there, let the ball go.
Well, they have 2 slips, a gully and a backward point, all standing very close indeed. Anything that is going to get the outer half of the bat, they'll be in business. Can he produce that outside edge, Khalid Ibrahim? Oh, brilliant bowling. Brilliant bowling. Concludes an excellent first over. 2 for none. Two youngsters, Mohammad Imran and Ataur Rahman. Good to see them, happy spirits, especially the man on the left. 4 wickets to his name. Bowled beautifully and has a pretty exciting celebration as well.
Yeah. He did well. I was out there to see him while he ran hard to take the catch on his own bowling. That was an excellent effort, and what a great take.
Catch of the tournament for me. It'll be hard to better that one. Meanwhile, it's going to be Usman Trumbu. Pardon me. Only 1 wicket in the tournament, but the economy rate is quite decent. Coming in from the nets end. The batting nets being used quite frequently in the past 10 days. Wajid has sliced this over the covers and straight to the fielder. What a moment in this game.
Usman Trumbu strikes on very first delivery. He's got the go. That's a big wicket. A huge one. The highest scorer has lofted that in the air. And that's a wicket they were looking for. Now the Team Valley boys are back in the contest. Wajid walks out scoring 1. It's 2 for 1.
Stylish left-hand batter Farhan Babar coming in at number 3. Well, you would have fancied just relaxing in the dugout for a while, but Wajid Khan had different plans. He had 100, then a duck, then a 50, and now a 1 for Wajid Khan. Peaks and troughs.
Yeah, I would like to see that graph. Well, certainly he's in a little too early than expected. Farhan Babar will be on non-striking end as Adnan has crossed each other.
Well, tonight could be Adnan Ul-Mulk's night. Just play a composed innings. He will always take his time at the crease. Oh, look at that. Leaving it outside off. It was closer than he thought.
In fact, he wasn't expecting the ball will coming in from the leggy. That is the speciality of Usman. Oh, look at the amount of turn.
Oh, he's getting that ball to really hoop in the air. Has a very unorthodox action for a leggy. Nicely punched off the back foot. But there is plenty of men in that offside ring.
Well, they got the early breakthrough they were looking for. I think despite we have a low scoring target and we'll have a fight here.
Yeah, I like the aggressive field setting. They have the fielders in the 30-yard ring standing close in. Well, off the markers, about 10 yards in. So stopping those quick singles. Nicely clipped off the pads. And there is nobody at fine leg at all. It will run away for 4.
A perfect flick on the final delivery of Usman. He understood what the bowler is up to. And a beautiful glance shot for 4 runs. It's 6 for 1 at the end of 2.
Khalid Ibrahim bowled a beautiful first over. Can he produce wickets though? Farhan Babar, he will be challenged. But he's a solid player. Around the wicket. Oh, went for a big booming drive through extra cover. Didn't get anything on it.
Yeah. The ball was showing it has the room and width. Well, Farhan Baba a little late on that, was certainly not expecting a fuller one. He's got a plenty of runs in the tournament so far. He's batted excellent, the average of 56 and a very good strike rate. I think he's got a man of the match performance as well.
Oh, absolutely. He's a bit of a run chase specialist. Played really well in match number 2 for Pindi Voys, taking them home. And he's the responsible kind of player you want at this juncture of the innings when you lose an early wicket. Required run rate is just 4.3, no serious concerns. But they'd still like their top order to get those runs quickly, not have to rely on anybody in the middle lower order. Let's see if Khalid Ibrahim can change those plans. Coming over the wicket now to Nawab Adnan Ul Mulk. Outside edge, squeezed away past the gully fielder. That could have gone anywhere, Abid.
Yeah, the only good part about that, he's kept that bat full face. It's a risky shot to play. And I reckon a big responsibility relies on Khalid Ibrahim, who is the strike bowler.
Well, he certainly looks like a bowler who can take wickets with the new ball. He's done it throughout the tournament. Once again looking threatening on this greenish track. And even the Pindi boys, who have been undefeated in the tournament, having to give him due respect. He's bowling beautifully, hitting that hard length. Tucked off the pads and fine leg was up. And that will be a boundary to Farhan Babar, given as leg byes.
Yeah, you need a little bit of a luck there. Farhan Babar. He plays this shot so good. This time didn't get any wood on it. That will run down the hill for 4. Excellent.
Well, slightly unlucky there, Khalid Ibrahim. The pace going against him. Once again, those straight boundaries down the ground and behind the keeper are very short indeed. He was trying to pitch the ball up, get it to move. He did get the movement, but slightly went down leg. Unlucky. This time, it's well down the leg side.
Yeah, it will be called wide. Some extras. Yeah. There you go. You see the movement. Certainly that is because of the right and left hand combination.
Well, he'll certainly be one of the most impressive fast bowlers in the tournament alongside Abdul Ghaffar, Khalid Ibrahim. So I think we'll see a lot more of him. A lot of teams will be keeping an eye, trying to recruit the best talent in the UAE. Nicely flicked straight to square leg. And they didn't go for a run. Good thinking.
And that's what you need to do. You need to play an attacking cricket. I think even despite you get your 6 overs done at the end of the power play, they should highly keep the 5-man inside the ring would be an ideal choice to do, because you cannot even afford to give a singles away here, or doubles perhaps, and spreading the field out. That will make it more easier.
Nicely played off the back foot. They'll scamper for one. It's beat the point fielder. And they'll take an easy 2 instead. 15 for 1 at the end of 3.
Well, Usman Thrumbu got one left-hander. He was in a prime form. Wajid Khan dismissed on his first over, and now coming back into the attack, he continues and certainly would be looking for another left-hander. Is Farhan Babar.
Yeah, bowled a good delivery, and it was a good game plan as well, having that deep cover. Went straight to him. Let's see, Farhan Babar usually doesn't face spin so early in his innings. Oh, trying that big cut shot behind point. Not getting any bad on it.
Interesting to see Usman against the left-hander. Didn't see him much bowling against the left-handers. Oh, this one came in, shaped in, drifted in the air. Perfect delivery.
Just getting that ball to hoop around in the air, getting some drift. Usman Thrumbu. Nawab Adnan ul Mulk, 6 of 12. He's been watchful. Did get a boundary of the last ball of Usman's previous over. Nicely bowled and nicely played. I'd like to see perhaps a catching mid-wicket in there for Thrumbu.
I think a leg slip would be a good idea there.
Yeah, get the helmet out, get that short leg, fine leg slip in. Why not? What have you got to lose? You're only defending 82. Hard slap down the ground, but straight to mid-off. Saqib Amin got behind that one. Missed out there, Nawab.
Yeah, this was the delivery where he could have fancy his chances. Maybe playing through the covers would have been a better choice.
Down the leg side. Well, extras are certainly not going to help. We saw 15 extras bowled by Pindi Voys defenders.
Well, Khwaja, if you bring the leg slip in now, that will give indicator to the batter the ball will be coming in. Oh, beautiful delivery. To end the over, 4 overs gone, 18 for 1. Khalid Ibrahim to continue. So the spin and pace will continue the spell.
Well, they have got that leg slip in place for Khalid. He is getting that extra bounce. Good idea. Good thinking from Valley Boys. I would still like to see that square leg in a more catching position right next to the leg umpire, perhaps even 5 yards closer for that clip in the air. Farhan Babar not looking comfortable against Khalid Ibrahim, who's bowling beautifully from this around the wicket angle. Over the wicket now. And just worked behind, fine leg. There's nobody there. Stylish swivel pull for 4.
Beautiful shot. He loves to play in that fine leg region. And look at that. Excellent control. And gets 4 runs. These 4 runs hurting the team Valley Boys. They have not much great score to defend. Only 83.
Just the man you want against quality bowling, Farhan Babar. He can bat in any format, be it 10 overs, 20 or 50. Solid technique. Very mentally tough player. He loves to just occupy the crease. He wouldn't want to be anywhere else in a run chase.
Yeah, like his aggression, especially when it comes to chase the runs. He likes to chase. And 2 is the call. No. They'll stick with 1 only.
Yeah, just inner half of the bat dragged towards that vacant mid-wicket region. They want him to play across the line to Khalid, looking for that leading edge, outside edge. So it was good thinking. Working very hard. He's sweating profusely, even though it's a very cool, breezy evening here at Dubai Sports City. Fast bowling is hard work, Abid. Thank God we don't do it.
And it's a thankless job. Especially when you're fast bowler and you don't get a wicket. Or you walk around and batter does this. And that flunks over the fielder.
Well, just threw his hands at the ball. Genuine outside edge. And the extra bounce went against Khalid this time. Over the slipper. No chance. Streaky boundary for Adnanul Mulk.
Yeah. You don't want to be the fast bowler. Especially when streaming, coming quick, and the batter just brings and shows you the sticker. Or just leaves the ball outside off. It takes a lot of effort for the bowler to deliver one.
Yeah, his figures don't do him justice how well he's bowled tonight, Khalid Ibrahim. He's been the standout pacer for me, alongside Abdul Ghaffar, by some distance. Hitting the splice of the bat once again. Beautiful line and length. One more delivery to go. He does look a bit tired. Will you use him for all 4 overs here, right now, Abid?
I think you don't have much to defend, so you would be usually going with all your guns blazing. I think Khalid Ibrahim should continue the 4th over. The way he's bowling good. He's just a fraction away from picking up wicket. If he picks up a wicket here, so I think there is a good chances of Valley Boys making a game out of this.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Spot on there. Oh, look at that. Absolute Jaffa. That went like a leg break. Sensational bowling. 27 for 1 after 5. Usman Trumbu continuing his spell as well. Around the wicket to Farhan Babar. He goes over the top of mid-off. That's a princely looking shot. All the way for a glorious boundary. What a shot to greet you, Neil Ojha.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. Yes, indeed, a beautiful shot. When a left-hander plays this kind of shot, they just look oh so gorgeous. 31 for 1, required 83, which means from here the required run rate is 3.51, as they have to score 51 runs in the remainder of 14.5 overs.
Yeah, that looks relatively straightforward. They will certainly top the group with 4 wins out of 4, heading into the semis. It's been a strong start to the season for Pindi Voys, looking like a very solid outfit. This one just drifting away from Farhan, given as a wide. And yes, you did mention, whenever the left-handers play their shots, it's just something natural. It just looks better. We're just better than you, Neil.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, misfield at mid-on. And is going to trickle away down the slope. No, Saqib Amin will clean it up. Well, it's the fast bowler Khalid. Might be a bit tired from his exertions.
Well, yeah, kind of difficult to do that, but then what you're doing is you're adding pressure on the fielders and not supporting the bowler, but you're not defending a lot, which primarily means that every single fielder should be putting in efforts.
He's bringing in the mid-off for Adnan ul Mulk. Long on sent back. So will he look to go over the top of wideish mid-off or extra? He'll punch it straight to that fielder. Better timing. And they need Adnan ul Mulk to get some runs under his belt, get some fluency in his innings.
That's right. The similar shot, just uppish, if we had chipped it over the infield, would have been a certain boundary.
Hard cut shot, through extra cover. That's more like it. That's the shot of a Nawab. Beautiful.
Well, he has a phenomenal shot there. Waited, it was short, there was some width on offer, bisected the field beautifully. And the ball eventually racing to get a boundary. Now 37 for 1 and 5.4.
Lovely footwork there. He saw it was drop short, adjusted himself and found the gap at extra. No chance for the fielders. So they have taken 10 runs off this over. Looking to get a move on perhaps. Nicely bowled into the block hole this time. More flight. And Usman Trambu. It's not been a bad spell at all, but with 82 to defend, any boundary feels very, very heavy indeed. A quicker one. That really spat off the pitch. Excellent delivery to conclude the power play. 37 for 1. Well, let's take a look at the highlights of the power play. It was Wajid Khan with a scythe straight to deep extra. Perfect field placement. Nicely clipped off the legs. And Farhan Babar got some on the legs as well. Turning it around the corner. That was a flash outside off over the slip. And then lofting the mid off. And then cracked through extra cover by Adnan ul Mulk. Beautiful shot that was. So even though Khalid Ibrahim had them tied down, they did pick up a few boundaries in the latter half of the power play. Mohsin Mattu coming on to bowl with his off spin. Let's see what he gets out of this pitch. Three wickets in the tournament for Mohsin. Economy rate is slightly higher than he would have liked. But he is a useful bowler outside the power play. Flights the ball. And he has that away drifter to the right-hander. Can be quite a sneaky delivery. Let's see if he can dislodge this pair who are looking pretty solid. This partnership has grown to 30 odd runs. Well, Wajid Khan, 115, then he made a duck, then he made 56, and today he's making 1. So he's, you never really know what Wajid Khan is going to do.
Well, yes, one of those guys who gives you the statistical probability in the math class of standard 8.
And we've seen it so many times, even in international cricket. A batter in the form of his life, coming off 100. Next game, nicks off first ball, good night. It's all over for you. Cricket can be a very funny and very cruel game.
Well, indeed it is. I had the pleasure of speaking to Mr. Syed Kirmani, the wicketkeeper of the victorious 1983 Indian team that won the World Cup. Yesterday we were talking to him, and I was generally asking him about superstitions. You mentioned about a batter scoring 100 and then not converting. He mentioned about a certain Sunil Gavaskar.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, has probably scored some 10 odd thousand runs in test matches. Yeah, no, not too many, but yeah, 10,000 odd runs.
Just the old 10,000.
Yeah. So he was playing a test match, and while batting, hit a couple of drives. Straight drives were brilliant as always. Went for a nice long drive, and while in that drive, actually wait, is the ball going to the boundary line? Oh, that was teasing. That was extremely teasing. Eventually goes to the fence. 4 runs there.
Well, it's a vacant short third region. Nobody there at all. And on this inclined oval one, it's going to run away down the slope very, very quickly. So Adnan ul Mulk, 18 of 23. That was slightly uncontrolled, but he'll take the 4 any day, any night.
Well, that's right. Boundary coming in. Absolutely gleefully taken. So Sunil Gavaskar, while batting, ended up tearing his pants from the groin region, and that tear was pretty big. But he ended up scoring a century in that test match. And like Kiri sir said, that Sunny sir didn't get that pant stitched and wore the same torn pant for the next 4 test matches, thinking that he'll get it done in that too. Unfortunately, he did not.
Well, the little master. We all have our quirks. We all have our beliefs. It's all about being in the right mental space. If that worked for Sunny G, which it didn't, but it worked for that particular innings.
Sure did. A lot of superstition, a lot of mindset changing things, little gimmicks people do. It just keeps their mind calm. That's what I personally feel. Sometimes, people wear things that help them feel good about it. We'll come and talk about this after this little break. 7 overs gone, 46 for 1.
So Khalid Ibrahim will bowl out. I think that's the right move considering the circumstances. Big swish at that one from Farhan, given as a wide. He's still striving hard for that precious wicket. This one just tailing away from Farhan there. 47 for 1. They're sitting pretty, only 36 runs away from victory to secure the spot in the ICC Academy Summer Cup semi-finals. Of course, you can live stream all of the action on Fan Code, on CricTracker, on YouTube, and the ICC Academy Facebook page as well. Oh, genuine outside edge, just played away perhaps. Straight to that deep third.
Well, yeah, 48 for 1. Required run rate now under 3. We're talking about superstitions in the game of cricket. We've known so many of those. A red handkerchief that was carried by two gentlemen that we clearly know, Steve Waugh and Mohinder Amarnath. Left pad worn by Sachin Tendulkar first, and he would always wear the buckled pad.
Pure throwback. Not any of this Velcro nonsense.
No.
Oh, quick single. No, they're just staying in their crease. I think it's Shabir Bhatt perhaps there. Just pulling up lame slightly. Might have taken a knock from that hard throw from point. Yeah, these cricketers are a funny bunch. It's all between the ears. I always say form, it doesn't really exist, but people believe it, players believe it. I'm out of form, I'm out of nick, I don't know what to do, it's a bad patch. Pulled away, oh, just short of the mid-on, wasn't controlled. And pressure, another thing. It's a state of mind, Neil. There's nobody sitting on top of you telling you, oh, if you don't do this, I'm going to run you out of town. It's just between your ears.
It is. And that's what the game is all about. Because all of these guys who are playing right now, or at whatever level they play, they have the skills in place. It's all about the mindset. There's a very funny story about Neil Mackenzie, the South African cricketer. He had a bunch of superstitious things that he would ensure he does every time he went out to bat, including the first one. Within the dressing room, whatever the toilets were, he would always ensure that the toilet seats were always down. Number one. Number two.
That's just good manners.
Number two. Stepping out to going out to bat, he would ask everyone to switch off all the lights of the dressing room. And number three, he would tap the ceiling with his bat 8 times before he goes out to bat.
Well, he's a pure kook. So many rules. I think we might need an ICC handbook just to have him in the team. Goodness me. Pretty stylish player he was, I remember. Dogged opener. Made a good pairing with Graham Smith for a while. Oh, that's an absolute brute from Khalid Ibrahim. Trampoline-like bounce. Wonderful. Jaffa, take a look at this. Had Nawab Adnan ul Mulk all squared up.
Brilliant. Really brilliant. Well, only and only if Valley Boys had about 50 odd runs more, they would have definitely made a game out of it.
Oh, I think 130 would have been a winning score. You're spot on there, Neil. Khalid Ibrahim is bowled out of his skin. No wickets to his name. Conceded 20 runs, but the scorecard doesn't tell the true story. He is bowled sensationally. Final delivery of his spell. He certainly toiled with zero reward. And Adnan ul Mulk has not enjoyed facing him at all. 22 of 28. He's still there though. Toe end of the bat. And he'll be relieved to see his spell come to an end. 50 for 1 at the end of 8 overs. Change in the bowling then. Saqib Amin coming into the attack from the football ground end. 2 wickets to his name in the Academy Cup so far. Pretty decent economy rate. 33 runs away from victory are Pindi Voys defenders. Let's see if they can at least pick up a few scalps here. The Valley Boys. It's just not been their day so far. They didn't bat well, and then in the bowling, the bowlers have been very unfortunate. Oh, big full toss, slapped over square leg, and dropped by the fielder. Can you believe it?
Chance created, and you need to take these chances, because it's not every day that a set batter would give you something like this. A dolly of a catch, dropped, and not just dropped, but dragged on to the boundary for a 4.
Well, when it rains, it pours. It's just not been their day. Easy catch put down. Farhan looking to be aggressive. Big boot out there from Saqib. Saves at least 1 run, if not 2.
Well, that's right. Need to put in that effort. Need to put in your body behind the ball. 29 required of 70.
He goes for that swipe towards mid-wicket. Once again, there is a sweeper posted out there. But you do feel that the horse has bolted.
You're right. Not much can be done from here. Valley Boys, their bowling doesn't look very incisive. Doesn't look like they are bowling those difficult lines that lead to wickets. And that's the only way to win this game.
Well, Neil, you've been talking about superstitions and the quirks of all these cricketers. You yourself have played at a very high level in India, till university level. And, of course, now you're part of the strength and conditioning staff of the UAE national side. And I've just detected your socks. You're wearing light blue and light pink. What is that all about?
No, that's no superstition and good observation. But that's primarily because it just saves time. I have a massive collection of socks, and they're all kept in. After laundry, they just go in one box, and I just pick up 2 socks. Though I differentiate them based on their size. So the training white socks will be in a different section, but the normal casual set of socks will always be in one big box. I just pick up randomly 2, wear them, and I come.
Well, I'm sure Mrs. Oja has a huge closet all dedicated to her, and one small cubby hole for Mr. Oja. It's all about Mrs. Oja after all. 57 for 1 after 9. Another change in the bowling then. It's going to be Mahfouz Ilahi coming in to bowl. No wickets in the tournament so far. In fact, this is his first opportunity to bowl. He was looking good at the crease until he took a suicidal single to extra and ran himself out. Required run rate even below 2.5. So this partnership has certainly stabilized affairs. Farhan Babar, 24 of 21. He has gotten an opportunity, dropped at square leg. And giving due respect to the medium pace of Mahfouz. Tall lad, perhaps can just hit the deck, hit the seam and get it to nibble around.
You're right, and a sensible call there. Watch the ball. There's no need to hurry. There's no need to go hammer and tongs. You can just stay calm, composed.
Well,
Probably
it can be difficult, Neil, chasing a small score because sometimes the top order is not really motivated. Oh, trying a paddle, it became a bottom leading edge. Farhan Babar. Well, sometimes when you feel like you can't get a 50 or a big score, you're not as switched on and as focused as you would be.
no, you're right. You know, smaller targets are generally tricky, but this is way too small. I would rather put 100, 120 in that bracket, because when you have to score 160 plus 170, then you know that you have to be going behind the bowler from ball one.
Pulled away to deep mid wicket, it will drop in front of Mohsin. And you can see that Farhan, he's been unusually rash with his stroke play because he's coming off runs. He doesn't feel like he has to prove anything. Meanwhile, Nawab Adnan ul Mulk is working really hard because he just came off a low score of 4. So he's really digging in. He wants to come in, not out. So contrasting approaches. And that's the fascinating thing about this game that we all love.
You're right. It is the approach. It's about how you feel on that day. It's about how you feel once you reach the wicket. This time, inside out, and the ball will race away towards the fence. 4 runs.
Beautiful shot there from Nawab Adnan ul Mulk in the slot. And he just went over the top. When he's feeling good about his form, that's how he plays. Excellent execution. And he capitalized on that loose delivery.
2 more deliveries to go in this over. 5 runs already. And the required run rate now just a decimal over 2.
Pulled hard. It's very straight. Long on. Gets around to it quickly, Saqib. So yeah, he's moved on to 28 of 33. He's had to grind. But now, with the likes of Wajid Farhan already in good touch, Nawab Adnan ul Mulk finding the center of his blade, it's a good sign for Pindi Voys going into the knockout stage eventually.
You're right. You make a very important point here. Getting the ball onto the bat, trying to hit those big shots, getting the momentum going for the next game. Meanwhile, with that single, it's end of the 10th. 10 overs gone, 64 for 1. Right, 10 overs gone, 64 for 1. 19 runs required there for Pindi Voys to win this encounter. And joining me in the commentary box is Abid Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, Neil. Probably the last stint this is going to be, because they need just 19 runs with 9 wickets in hand. Until unless something miraculous happens, I see Pindi Voys in commanding position here. A good delivery there to start Suhail Muzaffar. And I think Farhan tried to be a little too cheeky there. 62 runs partnership. Good looking 2 batters, right and left hand. Inside out. That is traveling and travelled over the line for 4.
Well, yes, a boundary there. And they're trying to finish this quickly. The idea is to go big, just in case if the need be. Keep that momentum going after this as they enter into the knockouts. It's always good to have that kind of momentum in your favor.
Yeah. Finishing things on a high note is always great for any team. Just 15 runs away. Another one with was an offer. Hit it into the gap and one more boundary. That is back-to-back 2 boundaries.
This time the ball racing right towards the commentary box. And a boundary, which primarily means now Pindi Voys require just 11 runs to win this encounter. It's not a challenge anymore. But the challenge is, how soon can they finish this? Can they finish and get these 11 in the next 3 deliveries?
Asking a lot there, Neil, which means remainers all need to find the boundaries. Well, Farhan Babar has hit the ball right in the place where ball took a little while to get back. Yeah, that will give little time for the batters to get back their breaths.
Yeah, I mean, it's like trying to have a mini target, a mini game for yourself, where the batters discuss amongst themselves that, hey, 19 runs to win in 60, forget that. How about we convert this, that we need to score 19 in the next 2 overs or maybe 9 deliveries. It's like a little challenge for themselves, preparing in a real match for a match scenario that could probably come in the future.
Absolutely right there. Could be a very good challenge. Usually we see batters do that at nets when they practice. Oh yes, this one hit, passes the fielder, goes for 4. Things are coming nicely for Farhan Babar and he's up to the challenge.
Well, that's right, a fuller length delivery this time, opening the face of the blade beautifully. And with that boundary, now the requirement is just 7 runs. Avid, I still think that the plan for them is about finishing this game in this particular over itself.
Well, I think they got the plenty of chances the way Suhail is bowling, just feeding outside off. Yeah, now that makes the case more easier. 6 needed of 2 deliveries.
You're calling the game in that way. Yeah, let's make it exciting. It's a little challenge that we're putting in on the batters. Maybe that's what is the conversation between the 2 batters as well for Farhan Babar. 3 back-to-back boundaries and then a wide. Now 2 more legal deliveries to go. Can they get the 6 runs in these 2?
There you go. On to the pads. This time goes on the onside. And that's gone for 4. Oh my goodness. What have you done? The 2 fielders could have prevented the boundary. But it seems that everything is converting on that challenge. We made it out.
Well, that's what it is. Pretty much uninspiring, that fielding effort there. But, well, this is what it is. The shoulders definitely down of the Valley Boys. Now 2 runs required. Can they finish it off in this one last delivery to go?
Yeah, final delivery. Exciting moments. Oh yes, he got it connected. The remainers 5 deliveries gone for 5 fours. And it's the victory time for Pindi Voys defenders.
Well, that's how it is. Bowled it down the leg side, got into that position very early, literally fed him there. And the ball moving towards the fence. 11 overs, 85. Pindi Voys defenders winning the match by 9 wickets and 9 overs to spare. What a phenomenal batting performance there.
The great batting show and great bowling display from Pindi Voys, as they did really well to restrict the team. Valley Boys at 182 while bowling, and they lost their wicket too early, the first one. The most runs scorer in this tournament. Wajid Khan was gone on just one, and then two-man to take the game away, and both of them remain unbeaten. Adnan Al-Mulk alongside Farhan Babar. Farhan Babar was shy of just 4 runs for his 50, but he just got the job done. That's more important.
As far as bowling is concerned, 6 bowlers been used. Khalid Ibrahim right on the top of the game. 5, his economy, 20 runs he gave in those 4 overs. Usman Tumru, the only one to pick a wicket. 3 overs, 11 dot balls. In those 3 overs, picked up a wicket. Rest everyone was just about average, and Sohail Muzaffar, that 1 over he bowled, 1 dot ball and 21 runs. That was like the challenge over. 19 runs were required at that point in time to get in 10 overs. It looks like the 2 batters in the centre, Farhan and Adnan, discussed and said, listen, let's try and chase it down in this 1 over itself, and they did it, and did it in some style.
Well, they did really well. That was the match summary. Nothing impressive in the batting department from Valley Boys. Only 22 from Zaid Wani, that too from 30 deliveries. Well, the game got over too early. Ata ur Rahman doing the most of the damages, picking up 4 wickets, and he caught that bowled and caught. An excellent catch there, just at 3.4. Wajid 2, Salman Babar a wicket to his name, and Farhan Babar scoring most of the runs for the team Pindi Boys, and they'll be proud of the team to win the game with 9 wickets.
Well, that's how it was. Let's have a look at the chase. Needing 83 to win, they came in and played beautifully, comfortably. There was no issue whatsoever in this chase because, well, not too many runs were required. And what was really flamboyant was the batting of Farhan Babar. He has been amongst runs, and today he proved that his form continues as they go into the next stage of this tournament.
Well, I see he loves to chase all these performances. With the big runs came out as chasing, batting second. And he's got a very stylish shots all around the ground. This is where he loves to play, and this is where he ended the game. And Pindi Boys defenders having a fantastic day to win this game too easily. So these are the games who's lined up for tomorrow on 2nd September of 2022 at ICC Cricket Academy Summer Cup. So you'll have Dubai Gymkhana versus the Future Mattress. The 2 teams will be locking their horns at match number 13. So we'll take a leave for the day today from the comms, and we'll go down to Ahmed Khwaja for the post-match presentation party.
தலை வலிக்குதுங்க அவங்க. Take 1-1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome everyone to the post-match presentation of the SkyX.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022 powered by FanCode. Before we begin, firstly, we would like to thank the ICC Academy and all the administration involved behind the scenes for its support in hosting this level of a tournament. We would also like to thank our sponsors, our title sponsors SkyX.net, our official streaming partner FanCode, and our event partner TCM. In the 12th match of the tournament, Pindi Voys defenders have defeated Valley Boys by 9 wickets. Commencing ahead, we will now be announcing the name of the player of the match. The award will be presented by Mr. Iftikhar Ali, our match referee. And the player of the match goes to Ataur Rahman for his 4 wickets. Wonderful bowling from Ata. And some exciting celebrations as well, as Pindi Voys bowled out Valley Boys for just 82 runs. Commanding bowling performance. अतः पहली बात तो बताएं कि काफ़ी सीमिंग विकेट थी, फास्ट बॉलरों को हेल्प मिली थी, लेकिन आपने इस पे स्पिन बॉलिंग का प्लान क्या था आपका?
बस मेरा प्लान कोई नहीं था, बस नॉर्मल प्लान था कि मुझे डंडों में बॉल करनी है और अच्छी बॉल करनी है.
अच्छा, आपने बॉलिंग तो अच्छी की और कैच भी आपने ज़बरदस्त लिया, लेकिन आपकी जो सेलिब्रेशन है कलाबाजियों वाली, उसके बारे में बताएं.
उसके बारे में ये था कि सोचा नहीं था, बस विकेट लेने के बाद ही करना है, तो अच्छा लगता है मुझे ये.
और इस टूर्नामेंट के पहले मैच में डेब्यू मैच है आपका, काफ़ी देर से मैं देख रहा हूँ आपको साइड लाइन पर. पहले मैच में आगे 4 विकेटें और प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच अवार्ड ले गए, कैसी फीलिंग है?
हाँ, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अच्छी फीलिंग है और मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस था कि इंशाल्लाह करूँगा और अल्लाह पाक का शुक्र है हो गया.
और ये प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच अवार्ड आप किसके नाम करना चाहेंगे?
जैसा कि आपको पता है पाकिस्तान में इस वक्त सैलाब वगैरह आया हुआ है, तो उनके नाम करना है मैंने ये.
बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त बात और बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त परफॉर्मेंस. वेल प्लेड आता.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू.
Well, a very noble gesture from Ataur Rahman. Fabulous performance and dedicating it to the flood victims back home in Pakistan. That is all from the post-match award ceremony. Join us tomorrow for match number 13 of the ICC Academy Summer Cup, right from oval number 1. We'll see you then. Good night.